Hello, 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 hello. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and it's time for another stream, of course. And today we're going to continue what we've begun yesterday. We started creating the Halloween character. We voted, or over the weekend, I guess, we decided on what character we want to create for this Halloween, I guess, sort of small project. And it's going to be a pumpkin ghost rider. We yesterday started basically sculpting the body. We hands, body, and all that stuff. Then off stream, I post the character, and I've I guess excuse me, I refined the shapes a little bit. I post the character, and now we're ready to go into some more details. We can create the head, the pumpkin head. I already removed the body from the body sculpt, basically. So now we can create the pumpkin head. We can go and refine the body if we need to, and we can also add the clothing. The clothing, of course, we need to add. Welcome back, Lilu and Kale. I'm gonna call you Kale if that's okay. In the words of that other fellow, howdy. Welcome back. Hope you both had a great day. Yep. We're gonna continue working on it. The body is basically done, so we can add the clothing on top, and then we can also add some smaller details as well as the head. We're gonna see how far we can get today, because we're gonna begin with the quick sketch, the 30-minute quick sketch, and then I started pretty late today, so let's see how much time we have and how much we can do today. But I'm fairly confident that we can finish the whole thing. If we need to, we can tomorrow work a little bit more on the sculpting part, and then afterwards on Thursday we can create the render, or at least create the shading and maybe even the lighting, and then I can finish the whole thing on Friday maybe, or render it on Friday. So yeah, let's go to Blender, and we can look at today's quick sketch. You can see the today's subject, or today's, I guess, reference. This was not the first image that I found of this. There was another one which was actually a real life photo. I don't know which one came first, but I chose this one just because it was like not a photo, I guess. And if you want to know who the artist is, it is Ruru, and that's their ArtStation account. I don't know if you could paste that or rewrite that somehow, but if you go artstation.com/Ruru, you should find it. It's somewhere in here. It's a sketch. It is I think they upload stuff like multiple sketch collections, and in one of these you will find the sketch. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to Blender. Krampus, or possibly even Stanley. You mean as your name? Or you mean this dude? Okay, let's not waste any time. I want to have as much time as possible left for the Ghost Rider. So let's go straight into it. The timer's ready. There you go. Okay. The dude. I don't know who it was. It was just like I think just a normal dude trying to cosplay it, maybe. It looked very, very, very similar. So maybe it's also inspired by that real photo. Okay. We're ready. We can start in 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. Perfect. Let's begin. So this will be the speedrun mode. Speedrun mode. Trying to, of course, sometimes when I do these characters, I can spend a little bit more time working on or refining the head after the 30 minutes. I try to keep it to a minimum when or you know, the times where I do it. But sometimes I just want to make it look a little bit better, and then I, you know, work on it a little bit more. Today that will not be possible, or I don't want to do it, so I try to make it look as good as possible without the extra time. There you go. Starting as always. I did it before, but I at some point just abandoned that technique, which is after pulling back the eye holes here. What I like to do is I like to go into here with my brush, with my clay surface brush, and I just create this line. Then I create this line to very easily create these nice cheekbones without much effort. I also then immediately have the mouth region here and the nose region, which is pretty cool. I stopped doing that at some point, but now I actually rediscovered it, I guess you could say. And I think it helps a lot. It's very, very quick in just laying out all the fundamental parts of the face without much effort, I guess you could say. There you go. I think the eyes are a little bit too high. There you go. Yeah, I worked a little bit more on the character, the Halloween character today already, like off stream, just to kind of, I guess, have a better end result, you know. Only work on it for like what would that be, like 4 days, aka like 2 to 3, well, probably like, yeah, 2 to 3 hours would be what was that, 8 hours. I wanted to spend some more time on it, and you know, if I have the time, why wouldn't I? So I spent a little bit more time on it on off stream to make it look a little bit better. So I basically now post the character. I removed the head. I modeled a basic, I guess, pumpkin head, like just the shy dude. I can't do both. I can't speak and sculpt at the same time. I sculpted it, or no, I just modeled a pumpkin head. We're gonna go into sculpting that today, and then we can go into the clothing. The clothing shouldn't be too complex because we can basically just copy the body and then just, I guess, layer on top of it, which should be pretty simple. Or we can just model new, like just poly model new clothing, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. I think it's going to be faster to just sculpt it. I don't plan on necessarily retopologizing it, so that should be good. Or if, then it's going to be a very rough retopology. Okay, there you go. It looks pretty mean right now. Okay, let's do the mouth. We have, oh, I wanted to try something new. What if I just do this? This right here. And then I go into the middle. I wanted to test a few new techniques to sculpt lips, because what I've done before always seemed kind of weird. It looked always kind of weird in the beginning, and I kind of thought maybe there's another technique that I could use to very quickly, I guess, sketch out lips. Maybe this is a good way to do it. Going in, like digging in first before I go out. Usually what I do is I sculpt a little bit, like a small layer on top, and then I would remove it slowly but surely. But maybe this is a better way to do it. It might be quite low right now. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Nose. Big nose. Right here. Good. One of the characteristics of this character is that the nose bridge kind of already transitions into the forehead. There's a slight sort of, I guess, what do you call it? Like a crease here, but it's not that big. It's basically almost going over in one motion. There's a small bump, but not too much. I guess just to kind of emulate or imitate the goat look. You know, goats don't really have like a separated nose part. It's just like one bone going backwards. There you go. Smooth it. There you go. Okay. Problem is we also need to do the beard. So we can't really spend too much time on the face. But I don't think that's too bad. Add the jaw muscle right here. For every stream I do a warm-up sculpt. It's not necessarily a sculpt. I also, for these quick sketches, did like just modeling. I just modeled stuff. Like I did environment modeling, for example, before. But now I kind of got stuck on sculpting, just because that's the most fun for me. And you know, just doing like a 30-minute quick sculpt in the beginning. Yeah, just something that I want to do to start the stream. You can join if you want to, if you're, you know, you've come early enough, or you can of course do them afterwards too. Okay. Someone asked a while back while I did these, if I could post them in the Discord just so they can do them too, and that's when I started uploading them there too. So if you wonder why I post them there, now you know. Okay, let's go and add the neck first, and then we can go to the eyes. Zip, perfect. Wait, no, hold on. There you go, smaller. The head size, head shape looks kind of weird right now. We can probably change it in just a sec. I probably just want to do the a small neck. I don't want to include the shoulders. That's probably too much, or too much. Yeah, too much effort, I guess. I would do it, but on this one, I kind of want to focus on the face more. I think I want to, yeah, refine that some more instead of working on the neck too. Similar to yesterday, where we created, you know, working on the body for the Ghost Rider. We spent probably, or I spent more time working on the hands than maybe even the rest of the body, maybe even the face. Well, the face isn't really that complex anyway. You know, working on the hands for so long, just because hands are so intricate and so weird in the way that they're set up, that you just gonna have to spend some more time to refine them. There you go. The neck looks kind of weird right now. Maybe because there's only a fifth of what is usually there. There you go. Oh, hold on. Why? Did I activate front faces? Oh, there you go. Smooth it. We have 20 minutes. Perfect. Should be enough. Oh. We need to remove front faces because on this tool it just does weird things. So if you're ever wondering why your snake hook brush doesn't really work properly, it might be because front faces only is activated. For some reason, well, the reason is pretty simple, but it doesn't really work that well when you have it enabled. Because the snake hook brush sort of, I guess, wants to grab the entire scope, but if you don't look at the pieces that you want to grab, or that the brush wants to grab, it's not going to grab it, which means you just get the front layer and pull it to the side, which doesn't really work that well, or at all. So that could be a reason why it doesn't work. There you go. Okay. We also need ears. Wait. Let me pull this back. Okay. Let's add ears. Oh, yeah, some interesting ears. Elfish ears. Long and sharp. Wait. There you go. Zip. Perfect. That's a nice ear shape. And then I carve them out. Some people like to do... I've actually seen a few methods on how people create ears for characters. I've seen a few that just, I guess you could say... Actually a lot that just separate them from the rest of the sculpt. And then they, I guess, add them later. I just like to sculpt them into the same sculpt. I just like to sculpt them while I do the rest. And then there are other people that use, or at least one person where I've seen that technique used, that use a plane and they sculpt that plane into the right shape and then they add thickness to it to then have the final ear shape. It looks really good in the end, but it's a weird way to do it in my opinion. Of course, you know, whatever suits you best, I guess. You know, for me, it's just, I don't know, I like the fluidity of just doing it all in one. Kind of separating it is kind of, I don't know. Never really spoke to me. There you go, the ear. We have 70 minutes left. Perfect. Some streams or some of these quick sketches is like I look at the clock and it's like 2 minutes left. I don't know, while I thought I had like, I don't know, 10 minutes left, and then sometimes it goes very slowly. Usually, of course, when I'm more chill, it goes faster. Oh, maybe I should be less chill in these. There you go. I think that's okay. He looks kind of like a goblin. Good thing is we can't really see the head shape in the end anyway. But let's change it a little bit. I think the forehead is quite big. There you go. Oh. Pull it forward and then there you go. Okay. Let's work on the rest. Let's add eyes and then we can... Oh, the horns too. And then we can go into refining. Into the refinement. Refinement? Into the... What would that... What would the word be? Refinement phase? The refining stage? Whatever. Welcome back, Johnny. I hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Hope it was stress-free. Looks great. Well, so far it looks kind of like a like a creepy goblin. Let's see if we can fix it. There you go. Good old eyes. No, he looks even creepier. This is the good old... What was it? Handsome Squidward face. Where every character just looks like handsome Squidward. The moment before you refine the shapes and you just kind of block everything out still. There you go. Up here a little bit too. Not too much. Perfect. Okay. Okay, perfect. The nose looks kind of long right now. I kind of want to pull it up a little bit. Let's do that real quick, and then we can go to the refinement. Oh no, we need to add the. We need to do so much more. Hold on. Let's add the horns first, and then we can add the hair. So where should the horns be? Probably somewhere here in the middle. I also want to probably his face is quite long right now. There you go. That's better. Okay. We need horns. Let's grab the mask brush. Should be somewhere here in the middle. I guess there, maybe. Perfect. I guess that makes a good spot. Perfect. And then let's drag him out. We need the snake hook brush. Do we need magnify? Let's set it to 0.55 just so that it gets a little bit bigger. Not too much, just a little bit. There you go. Oh, that's quite wide. There you go. Doesn't really have the same shape. Let's see if we can recover the shape. We're just going to use the crease brush to do it. There you go. Do the same here. Oh, yeah, well, this is quite... That's the wrong spot. Let's see if we can move it over here a little bit. There you go, right there in the middle. Perfect. Okay. Those are the horns. Let's go to the next part, which would be... hold on, let's make them a little bit wider. They look kind of thin right now, at least on the base, at the base. That's perfect. Okay. Let's add hair now. The hair is quite wild. It also looks kind of symmetrical, so that's good. So we can save some time there. If it's symmetrical, we can just, you know, work twice as fast. Let's do that right now. There you go. We need a mullet in the back. He hasn't been shaving for a while. I don't want to know what's happening down south. Probably even worse. If that's even possible. There you go. Okay. We have 10 minutes left. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit. The problem with horns is always that usually, of course, the fact that your entire scalp sort of is overgrown, I guess you could say, by hair, means that it's perfectly, I guess, evenly distributed, which means there's everywhere there's hair. But if you add horns to a character, it can oftentimes be, especially depending on what kind of horns they have, that there are some bald spots somewhere. For example, if you would have hair that would just go like slick back, and you have these horns here, you would definitely have some skin visible all around the horns, at least on this side. And then you probably have also like a stripe going backwards that is lighter in in here, probably, which I've discovered when I created one of my characters at some point. And yeah, I since then always kind of think about I look at, I guess, sort of characters with horns a little bit differently and kind of analyze them or look if I guess the hair would actually be possible that way. Because usually they just add more hair, especially when it's just a drawing where there shouldn't be any, which then, you know, it looks okay because you don't really notice it necessarily. You don't really think, well, because there's a horn, there's not going to be enough hair to fill everything. So it still looks natural. But if you kind of think about what horns would do when you add them to a character, then you can probably see it. Adding some wild strands here using the crease brush. Probably going to use the snake brush in here in the front too, just to kind of wild it up a little bit, just how we did it with the dude yesterday, making the beard wild. Today we're going to make the hair a little bit wilder. It looks kind of weird right now. Let's go in here to this. Okay, asymmetry doesn't really help with the overall look necessarily, but it's definitely important. We can't really remove it right now. Maybe we can do it later, but right now we need to use it because otherwise it's going to be too much time loss. So basically a speed run what we do here. Add the beard, and then we have, I think, everything we need. Then we can refine it. Okay. He doesn't have a top lip beard, I guess you could call it. We have 7 minutes, perfect. Probably enough time to kind of refine these. I guess at least the face, because the face is the part that needs the most refinement. Right now it kind of looks like nothing. Okay, let's go to the face. Let's save the quick sketch first. 268. There you go. Okay. Yesterday somebody joined that talked about their endeavors using VR sculpting. And it sounded pretty interesting. I always wanted to try it at some point, just because what I guess always imagined would be that VR sculpting would be easier, just because you can work in actual 3D space. Usually when you're sculpting, of course, you can only work in sort of, or model in 2D space, because your camera or your viewport basically determines like a 2D plane on which you model. And of course that can be quite a little bit, you know, can be limiting in some situations, and you wouldn't have that problem in VR. And I was always curious how well it works. Of course I don't have a VR headset, so you know, can't really test it right now, but maybe if I get the chance at some point. I'm definitely eager to test it. Let's add the lips. There you go. Perfect. Oh yeah, those look perfect. Is it better to sculpt the hair or use the fur effect? What is the fur effect? Are you telling me a secret that I've never heard of? Tell me, what is your secret? What is the fur effect? Is there I've looked through all the brushes, so it would be surprising if there's like a fur brush. I don't think there is. Enlighten me, please. I usually only release sculpt. I use yeah, a sculpt hair with the crease brush and the clay strips brush, just because they have a certain structure to them, which are very, very useful when you create hair. Okay, the nose looks kind of weird because it doesn't have holes. Holes are quite important for noses, if you didn't know. There you go, nice little ovals pointing inwards. Or do you mean hair particles? Hair particles, of course, you can use too. I think both have their own sort of use case. It just depends on what you want to do. You can sculpt the hair to make it look more artsy, I guess, or more stylized. And if you want to make really realistic hair, you would probably use yeah, you would probably use hair particles. It just takes way too long to sculpt realistic hair because it's so intricate. I don't even know if you can actually do it. Like sculpting realistic looking hair for a photorealistic character, I don't think that's possible. Well, I guess never say never, but you know, it takes very long. You know, with particles, you can just say, well, I want to have 10,000 strands right here, and then they're just there. And if you want to have less, you just say, well, I want to have less, and then they're less. In sculpt, you would always have to remove them manually. I actually thought about doing these quick sketches before the stream, because sometimes I have a little bit more time before the stream to do them. I don't know if I want to do it though, just because it's, I think, a good way to introduce the stream or to start the stream, and then also to, yeah, it's kind of weird if I sometimes do them, sometimes I don't. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, I think. Sometimes I do the quick sketches off stream, sometimes I do them on stream. I don't know. I'm not a professional like some people here, but in particles we can create hair or fur. Yeah. Yeah, it basically just depends on what you want to do. If you want to create more realistic hair, you would probably use hair particles, or maybe even hair cards, where you basically apply a hair texture to a plane basically, and then you can use that plane to, I guess, or you know, use that plane with the hair texture on it to create yeah, to create your hairstyle. But hair particles, yeah, for more realistic hairstyles, and sculpting hair for something more, I guess, stylized. Okay, let's go to the hair. Just add a little bit more there. 19 seconds. Well, I guess we don't have too much time here. Let's just do this. Squiggly lines real quick. Oh, wait. How about the hair? These things. There you go. Okay, there you go. I guess. Well, the eyes probably, we need to adjust the eyes probably afterwards just slightly, just because once we add the eyeballs, we probably need to change the shape just slightly. I think the curvature is not perfect right now, but let's see. Perfect. This actually turned out pretty well for 30 minutes. Let's add the rest. So we need the eyes. The eyes are not They are right here. Let's steal them from the child, just how we did it yesterday. Just like stealing a lollipop, we're just gonna steal their eyes. There they are. Don't look at me like that. I just want to have your eyes, not you. There you go. Sounds like some sort of Greek mythology story. Stealing eyes, the eyeballs from some child to I don't know, to help out another creature, basically. This goat person. There you go. First a demon, then a baby, then an eye. That's the way it goes when you're sculpting. There you go. Oh, the curvature is it's pretty good. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Let's go and create the render real quick. Save it. And where's my lighting? Oh, I need to steal the lighting from the child too. It's gonna be trenched in darkness. Well, I guess we copy it, but still. I don't know why, but without lighting, it always looks super weird. You can only see like the eyes and some parts of the nose, and then these weird lips. It's super weird. Welcome back, Pajali. Hope you had a great evening so far. Hope it wasn't stressful. Okay, we need the eyes. Wait, just let me select this so it's easier to append. We need light. There it is. Okay, now he looks way better immediately. Okay, so we need this first. We can do this. Oh. Let's see, maybe we can get inspired by the reference. Putting it somewhere in the front, maybe? Something like this. There you go. And then we can use this one, which is just to lighten up the shadows. I don't want to do too much on this side, so we can maybe even reduce the power. Oh no, we need to go here to the world settings and reduce the world lighting. Who needs world lighting anyway? There you go. What did I miss? I'm stressing about making a decent sculpt right now. Quick sketch, and then we're gonna go back to the pumpkin boy. I've worked on it a little bit over, well, today off stream. Just refined the body, posed the body. So we can today go into the clothing and the pumpkin head. Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll see how far we got and what we can do tomorrow. Hi, a baby had his eyes robbed. Nothing important. True. Oh yeah, we did that too. Okay, do we need this light? I don't think so. Okay, then we need that's a rim light. We don't need that one. Maybe we don't need this one too. Okay, let's place the camera. Zip. Somewhere over here. There you go. Should we put it higher? Yeah. There you go. Oh, the horns. I want to see the shape of the horn. So probably somewhere over there. Perfect. Okay. Quick trick, if you want to make a simple eye rig, what I like to do is I like to remove the mirror modifier. I just duplicate it. I copy the coordinates that I have on the right eye. which are the x coordinate. I copy it, I paste it over here, but with a minus in front, so that it's, well, why doesn't that work? That's weird. I guess not then. I guess I just move it over there. There you go. And then what we can do is we can add another empty, use plane axis, move it over here, and we use a constraint on this. There you go, just how we did it for the camera. We go to damped track, select this empty. We do the same for the other one. Wait, let's go to material preview because we have to change the axis. I think it's negative Z, Y, perfect. We do the same on this eye. Use damped track. Oh, where's my empty? There it is. And negative Y. Problem is, if you have it very close to the sculpt, he looks cross-eyed. So we need to pull it way, way back. Maybe over here. There you go. And then we can pull it somewhere over here to kind of make him look in our direction. There you go. Perfect. Look at him. He's looking right into our soul. I don't even think he looks at us. Hold on. I think that's too much. Maybe, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Nothing you need to worry about. The baby didn't suffer too long. We just deleted it. So it can't suffer anymore. So which colors haven't we used for a while? Maybe orange? No, I kind of remember orange. What else do we have? Red was yesterday. We had blue. We had purple. Orange. Green was pretty... Let's see. Yeah, I think green. We can use green. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe like an exotic green. Something like this. Like a yellow greenish. Maybe even desaturated a little bit. Although I kind of want to keep it very saturated. There you go. Yes, that's perfect. He's looking at the cameraman respectfully. Exactly. He's trying to look good for the photo. Okay. Let's see where we can place the light. I guess that could work. There you go. Just kind of see how it kind of highlights the jaw. I mean the cheekbone. That's how you can use light to I guess highlight some features of the character. Let me go a little bit closer. I kind of feel like we can yeah, just get a little bit closer and then we can move the focus pointers a little bit higher. There you go. And then what I wanted to do yesterday, we're going to do today, which is we will use the depth of field. We're going to set this, we're going to enable this, which is snapping, set it to face and predict individual elements. That will let us move the empty and always have it stick to the surface of the sculpt. I'm going to place it probably somewhere over here. There you go. What I then like to do to actually see what the depth of field actually does is I'd like to switch to Eevee. I like to go to my camera settings, enable depth of field, and then you can see what happens. It doesn't look that great, but what it does is it immediately in real time shows you what the depth of field looks like. So for example, if you set it to 0.1, everything basically except for this eye maybe is out of focus. We can bring it back. I think what I've usually used is 0.3. This way we have basically almost everything, maybe 0.4. I usually like to have the face in focus and the rest can be a little bit blurry. For example, here the horn in the back. I think that works quite well. There you go. Okay. And then we can go back to cycles and then it is applied here too. The annoying part about cycles depth of field is that it's basically so noisy that it can be quite hard to see the blurriness, especially if it's just very subtle. Of course, here in the back you can see it very clearly. But in some other instances, it might be very, very subtle and you can't really see it that well anyway, except for when you render it. So I like to switch to Eevee to do that there. Okay, there you go. I think we're ready. Oh no, there's one more thing. We need to add some more definition to this handsome dude, which is right here, the quick sculpt material. Wait, there it is. right there. Look at him, he looks way older. Let's see. Yeah, I use a pointiness value in the geometry node, which basically just determines if there's a steep angle between the faces or the geometry. It makes that spot darker, which means, for example, here for this wrinkle or for the lips will be darker. In the beard, you can see there are some dark spots, especially if I increase the value. You can see what it does. It's pretty useful, especially for these quick sketches, to just highlight a few pieces or parts of the sculpt. There you go. Let's do the first render. Are you ready for the spooky skelly boy? We're gonna begin. I think what we're gonna do first today is the head. The head shouldn't be too complex because it's just like a pumpkin. So we're gonna sculpt a pumpkin, and then probably just gonna use a few modifiers to add the holes into the pumpkin, and then we can go to the clothing. The clothing shouldn't be too hard to either, but you know, I I don't like to talk about how long it takes, because I usually am wrong in that. I say, well, it's not gonna take that long, and then it takes the entire stream. Hopefully not, but you know, you never know, I guess. I'm very bad at guessing time. There. Okay, let's set it to probably 7. Reduce the glow just slightly. Yeah, perfect. Okay, perfect. While we're rendering, it's time to drink. Let's stay hydrated. There you go. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Mr. Tumnus from Narnia. Oh, wait. Narnia? I think I know who you mean, but I can't picture him right now. He reminds me of, well, maybe a little bit the dude from Pan's Labyrinth. Let me see. What was Narnia Tumnus. Oh, true. I think I yeah. Hold on, there you go. Look at him. Look at this dude. Yeah, kind of. I guess they're the same sort of creature, at least sort of. He doesn't have these huge horns, but at least he has some horns. Right there. Is that the dude that played the Beast in, was it Glass, the movie? The bald dude? Let me see if I can find it. Glass movie? Is it Glass? Yeah, there it is. Him? No, right? That's not him. They just look very similar. For some reason, my internet doesn't work. There you go. I don't think that's him, right? My dynamic topology resolution was small. It is not so small, I guess, and now I can get better scope, as well as I'm constant detail, which is saving my life. Yeah, constant detail is, in my opinion, way superior compared to relative detail. I don't know why somebody would use relative detail. It just seems so counterproductive. I didn't know that dynamic topology has its own remesh feature. Yeah. Detail flood fill is basically no. So hold on. There you go. If you go, hold on. Okay, let me save this real quick, and then we can go to what you mean. Detail flood fill. Detail flood fill is not a remesher, as far as I know. Maybe it works the way, just similar, like a remesher. But I think the way it works is just that it applies the resolution that you basically set in the constant resolution, I guess, setting. So if you have your sculpt only sculpted at 20 resolution, and then you set the value to 50, and then you use detail flood fill, it basically just applies the that resolution to the entire sculpt. I'm going to show you what that means. remesh, there's a separate remesher, of course, right underneath that. So I don't think they work exactly the same, but I can see why it seems that way. Break sketch day 268. Almost 270. Yeah. Okay, so if we go back to the sculpt. So, okay, so let's go to the hair. So what happens is if you go to dynamic topology, of course you can set the resolution. Right now up here we have 20 resolution. If we use the whatever that thing's called and we select this, we can see 17.13. For whatever reason it's smaller than 20, but it should be 20. See how it doesn't really change the face size, doesn't really change. But if we set it to 50, you can see it's way smaller. Usually if you want to apply a specific if you want to change the value, the resolution in a specific part of the sculpt, you can use the simplify brush. I don't know why it's called simplify. It doesn't really simplify the topology. I guess it can, but basically what it does is it takes the resolution in the dynamic topology setting here. So if it's at 50 and we go in here, you can see we just add more resolution to this spot. You can see how it's darker now. Wait, let me remove this. There you go. You can see how it's darker now. It basically does the same than any other brush that uses dynamic topology. This is the clay strips brush, but it doesn't add volume to the sculpt. You can see if I use the clay strips brush, you can see I add more height. I guess I add more volume. You could set it to a value of like 0.01, and then it's basically almost the same as the simplify brush. But the simplify brush is basically only there to add a certain resolution to a certain part of the sculpt. So if you, for example, need more resolution for your eyes, you can just set it to 100, for example. So if you set it to 100, there you go. We can then go to the eyes and add more resolution here. What the detail foot fill does is it basically takes the resolution that you have here, the resolution that you set here, and then if you click detail foot fill, it basically applies the simplify brush over the entire sculpt. So it basically sets the entire sculpt resolution to 50. What that means is if you go to the refine method, you can see it uses subdivisions, which means it splits the faces into smaller faces basically. It is not necessarily a remeshing, it is just breaking these faces into smaller faces. So if you would have a triangle that looks like this, if you want to split it into two, you would cut it right here, and then you would have something like this, I guess. You know what I mean? That's what the detail flood fill does. You can see now everything has the same resolution. And it kind of looks the same probably here. Yeah, because if we smooth it, then you can see the difference. What remesh does is it looks at the volume of the sculpt, and then it basically reinterprets the geometry. It doesn't really care about the topology that is existent. It just creates a new one. Detail foot fill takes the existing topology into account and just splits it up into smaller or bigger pieces. Which means if we would go in here, and we would set it to 20. Let me just save real quick. If I ever need that sculpt again, I don't want to destroy it. There you go. If I set it to 20 and I use detail flood fill, it then splits the faces back into bigger ones. Or it combines them again. That's why I said the guy looks like Stanley. Oh, yeah. And there you go. Now everything has 20 resolution. Yeah, that's what the detail foot fill does. And then of course the remesh, doesn't care about topology. Okay, let's go to Photoshop. Where's my, there it is. Please don't show us the creepy creature with its eyes on its hands. Yeah. the sack of flesh with eyes in its hands. I don't really know why that was like the choice that they made for like a scary creature, because it didn't really have anything that could really hurt you. Maybe the fingernails that were like super long, but even then, I don't know, kind of weird. If it would punch you, it couldn't see you, so if it would scratch you, well, it can, I guess, kind of see you. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay. We need some more depth in this image. There you go. Perfect. And then we need more saturation. Just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. And that's it. I don't think we need more. The problem with horns oftentimes is that if you want to include the entirety of the horn, you sort of shift the focus higher, which means, of course, to include the entire horn, which means, of course, as you can see here, that the face kind of shifts down and it's like in the lower region of the image. I usually try to keep the face more in the middle, but you know, I also wanted to show the horns, so it's kind of, I guess, a dilemma, an unsolvable dilemma. He plays Charles Xavier in X-Men, yeah, and the psychopath in Split, yeah. Oh yeah, Split was the other. That was the movie that I thought about. Isn't Split the film that came before Glass, and then Glass was the basically like where they used the same character and added 2 more to them, because the Beast, I think he's called in the first movie Split, is the same character that he plays in Glass. I think they're sort of tied together, if I remember correctly. I've never watched the movie, but I know a little bit about it. There you go, perfect. How do you smooth the thing again? Holding shift while using a brush. A sculpting brush. So any brush that usually deforms the sculpt, you can also press shift to switch to the smooth brush while you're holding shift. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay. Let me import the image into my phone. There you go. My O key is on the fritz. What is the O key? Or what is the fritz? It would scratch your back so hard that you would lose your skin. Well, I guess, maybe. Doesn't really sound too crazy though. Let's see. Okay. I think it was Unbreakable that had the same lore world as Glass. Yeah, I think they were kind of tied. I don't know exactly how, but Mr. Glass is with Bruce Willis and they will make another movie linked with Split. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how they ended, so I can't really, I don't really know what the continuation of that would be. Okay. It is time to go back to the good old pumpkin head. But before we do that, 3-minute transition, 3-minute compilation, and then we're gonna begin while I upload my image to SM social media. 3-minute compilation, and then we're gonna go back to what to the Ghost Rider Pumpkinhead. You see how some of my messages don't have the letter O in certain words? My O key isn't working. Okay, how I wanted to. However, it worked perfectly this time. How can you make one letter just not work? Do you spill coffee on it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you slam your keyboard. Okay. Yeah. 3 minutes, and then we're gonna continue going into the spooky zone. We're gonna start with the pumpkin. So I'm gonna see you in 3 minutes. Hope you enjoy the compilation. I'll see you then. There we are, back at it again. There's the music. And we can still see our good old friend. Because there you go. Now I'm done. Okay, let's go back to the new version of the of our good old friend, the Ghost Rider. There it is. There he is. So that's the current state. It might look kind of weird right now. Let me show you what the version with the head looks like, so I can show you what the idea is. There you go. So the idea is basically, what I want to do is probably add some sort of, like, I want to include the chain from the Ghost Rider. Of course, I remove the head and replace it with the pumpkin head. What I would then want to do, of course, is I want to add his leather jacket, or some, like a mix between a leather jacket and maybe like a suit, like, I don't know, piece of clothing. I'm going to show you which one looks cool, which one I like. Yeah, I've, you know, just used the good old pose tool with some face sets to sculpt, I mean, to pose the character. Took a while, but, you know, now we're here. And adjusted a few things here and there, like the anatomy here, for example. Did all this, and now we have this. So the next step will be to work with this. I've removed the head. The idea is basically to let sort of like fire or some sort of energy come out of the body, so that the skull or the pumpkin just doesn't look like it's just floating. It is actually sort of being propelled or held up by some sort of energy, maybe fire. We'll see. And then we have yeah, that's the head. I also want to put something in his hand, maybe some sort of flames. We'll see. I want to put a chain around his body that he can then hold right here. That's going to be the idea. Welcome back, Hustler. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Hopefully it was a good one. Somebody stole your greeting, or joined at least, let's say. Yeah, he said it's the guy who said howdy. You're already known for saying howdy now. Leather coat. Let me show you what I want to do. I think it looks really, really cool. I don't know. Well, it depends on what kind of style we want to go for. Let me show you what my idea was, or what I liked a lot in one of my references. There you go. Here it is. Howdy Hustler. There you go. So I like this one a lot, where you have this leather sort of coat, I guess, and then you have the I don't know about the cape, maybe we don't need the cape, but I like this front part here where you can see these sort of piece of fabric being moved over to this side and then having these buttons here to attach it. I think that looks really, really cool. Even the color looks cool. So I'm kind of torn between this look or the leather look. So this one basically. I don't know, I don't think we can really combine them that well because well, here you have like this flat color which is pretty far down, but the other one we have more like this closed yeah, this closed, you know, it's not going that far down. It's more like, you know, pretty clean here in the front, but then the color goes pretty high. I don't really know what I want to do because both look pretty cool. Pajali back at it again, spamming symbols. Another quote of the Ghost Rider. Not bees, please, not the bees. Well, I don't know if the Ghost Rider said that, but I guess you could say that. Is Pajali a real name? I don't know. I can't answer that. I would guess so. Maybe. Okay, yeah, so what do you think? What do you think? What would you say? Do you like the leather more or the coat? Leather coat. Tell me. Otherwise, I will decide. Of course, we have some other references here with some sort of armor, but I want to keep pretty. I want to stay pretty, I guess, grounded, you could say. So not something like this. You know, it doesn't really look like the Ghost Rider, this one. So I wanted to stick with either this one or this one. I think both can work because they're both black and, you know, yeah, basically. You like the coat? Okay. Welcome back, Giants. Welcome back. Hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. It's already Tuesday, so only 3 days left. Well, your day just begun, but, you know, I guess. Only 3 days left. 3.5 or 3 3/4. Okay. Yeah. Before we go to the clothing, let's go to the pumpkin. We have a few different, I guess, looks for the pumpkin. We have this one. I guess you could say the profile would be flat at the top and at the bottom, and then we have this round shape. Then the other one that we have here which is this one. This one is quite similar, also flat at the top and bottom, and then round in the middle. Maybe with some more weight at the bottom. You can see here the curve is, I guess, steeper down here. And then we have this one. This one is more round overall. I kind of like this one because it looks more like a head. I think this one will fit more. But if you don't think so, then tell me. Oh, we have this one too. This one is more like a pumpkin shape too. Okay. Right now I think it actually is like a combination between both of them. This one is not as flat as the other ones, but it's also not as round or as, I guess, high as the green one. So this would, you know, maybe we'll stick to this. You could make the coat leather too. That's probably going to be the plan, yeah. We're probably going to make it out of leather. We're probably going to just use the leather material from the figurine, the Reaper figurine. Then, you know, we have a pretty good material already, and we don't have to do too much to you know, to fine tune it. My username is Pajali. It's created from my real name. Short version of my first name is Paja. Then I added a Lee at the end. Okay. I think it's always interesting to kind of hear how people came up with their names. Leather's pretty nice. Yeah, we're probably gonna make it out of leather. I think both can work in, like, with leather. I guess what you mean is that you like the leather, like this one more. I guess you could say this one is more like, I guess, fabric. It's a duster coat. All original duster coats are made of light colored canvas. Oh, okay. Yeah. Beautiful name. Mine is really weird, especially in English. We did. Okay, let's go to the pumpkin. So, okay. Do we... hold on, let me remove the rotation, at least for the X rotation. Because then we can work with symmetry a little bit easier. Because then it's just, I guess, level. There you go, 0, there you go. And now we can start sculpting. Do we need real life pumpkin references? Let's see. Pumpkin. This one looks pretty cool. I mean, they look pretty basic. Not really that crazy. Basically apples. Well, maybe not apples. But, well, this one looks like an apple, but with some ridges in them. Or creases. I'm gonna put that right next to my Blender window. Oh, wait, no. I'm gonna just put it into Blender so you can see it too. Hustler because Hustler Adult Magazine? What is that? Is that... is that, I had never seen that before. Maybe that doesn't exist in Germany? I don't know. Of course, I would never go into that section of the shop, of course. There you go. There it is. Okay. Let's begin. Yeah, we could model it some more, create these creases, but I think I want to do them in sculpt mode. I think that's easier. Let's apply this, maybe with 3. Yeah, 3. One important thing, if you model something and then you want to go to sculpting, to apply the scale. Otherwise, the cursor is usually also scaled, which can look kind of weird. But now we have everything applied, we can go right here. Paya? Oh, so it's actually Payali. Okay, I'm gonna say that then. Thank you for clarifying. I won't make a research about Hustler. Okay, let's begin. So I think at the bottom we also have the sort of insertion here. So let's put that in there. We need dynamic topology. Perfect. Let's remove the body real quick. There you go. Poor little innocent Nagi. Research material. True. That's no, it's not. It's not. It's not an adult magazine. It's anatomy for artists. They should just call it that in the store. Just like, well, you know, we're not selling porn. We're selling artist anatomy references. How rude of you to expect us to sell porn. We would never. Us, a Christian shop, we would never dare to. Oh, let's change the fall off. I want to have a... Wait. No, let's set the pinch to 0.5. I think the pinch was too low. That's better. Perfect. Good thing is, this is quite an organic shape, so we don't need to be too specific on the, I guess, like where these ridges are and whether they're straight or not. I also actually like to add some more randomness. As we said last week, randomness is your friend when you want to make something photorealistic. I wonder if you could make a procedural jack-o'-lantern. I don't think there's anything you cannot create procedurally. You just need to look. Just if you want to be mind blown, just Google November So basically like the nodes in the shader nodes, or in the shader window. Just Google November and then look at the images. They usually posted on Instagram, no, on Twitter. Yeah, if you want to be, you know, mind blown. It's basically every November, I think, you can participate, or there's like a prompt that somebody uploads. I think the November account on Twitter, which has 30 or 31, I think 30 words, and every word, like 1 word per day. And then you can basically create, you're supposed to create a procedural shader using nodes, which then models whatever is the word for the day. Some people spend more time than just 1 day and really, you know, pour their time into a single word. Some people make 1 node or 1 shader per day, and it's quite amazing what people can do with just procedural nodes and math, basically. Unfortunately, I'm not a math person, so I'll probably never participate in it, but, you know, maybe at some point I'm interested in it. Good thing is, if we use the clay strips brush, you can see here, if we use the clay strips brush, we can very easily create a nice structure that we can see here too. These lines going up and down, or basically vertically. We can create them very easily just using the clay strips brush. There you go. Might not look perfect, but it's a good beginning. So you could input the new cuts quickly. Yeah. The problem with procedural stuff is usually, from my experience, procedural stuff, creating procedural shaders, for example, is very, very useful if you want to use them very often. So it's a big time investment in the beginning, but if you want to use it on a lot of different various projects, and all you need to do is just change a value to change the look, for example, then of course it would make sense to create a procedural shader. But if you only use it, for example, for 1 project, then I think it doesn't make too much sense. So it just depends on, I guess, the use case. For example, for the procedural skin shader that I recently posted in the Discord, you know, kind of makes sense to create one because, you know, if you you know, if you create characters quite often, you can very easily just apply that shader and then have a good skin shader right off get-go. Dude, I don't know why I can't speak today. Off the get-go, you know, and then you can refine it if you want to with some maps. But you know, there a procedural shader makes sense. But when it comes to I don't know, like a quick brick material, it would probably make more sense to just grab a procedural, not a photorealistic, seamless brick texture and then use that instead of creating a full procedural shader. There's a difference between anatomy, which is science, like, well, okay, I guess there's a difference between anatomy and an erotic theme. Well, but what happens if you pose the skeletons in an anatomy book in erotic poses? Would that make it a pinup magazine or whatever? You know, bones can be quite hot if you ask the right person. So, you know, you never know. I guess that's why they always just stand still. That would actually be pretty funny, seeing like a pinup anatomy book where all the like the écorchés and the skeletons would just have, like, you would see the first image would just be the pinup pose with like the model or whatever, and then the next one would be without the skin, so we can see the muscles, then without the muscles, which would only be the bones. To have like 3 different, and all of them are like posed like the pinup character or pinup like image. Or just randomly in like a normal anatomy book, you have just one skeleton being posed in like a lewd pose. Welcome back, Clutch. Hope you had a great day so far. This is a Christian show. It has always been. A non-Christian Christian show. It's been what is it, produced by someone named Christian. So it's a Christian show. So maybe call it porn, but artists like me call it art. Exactly. I wonder if you could use an image with the texture stencil effect and code it to the box cutter. Maybe. So you could just upload an image overlay and bam, it cuts the jack-o'-lantern. Maybe. Look at the definition of that toned calf muscle. Yeah, dude. Look at those bones. Look at the curves on those bones. Look at the thigh bone. Oh my god, so thick. The femur. Oh my god. Can't hold back. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Don't tempt me. I wonder what... No, never mind. Never mind. We're not gonna go there, okay? Look at that, the perfect pumpkin. Looks kind of boring. Let's add some more creases. We can also use the draw sharp brush. The problem with the draw sharp brush is that it doesn't use dynamic topology for some reason. So if we set it to 100, at least in my experiment, it doesn't add 100. It just uses the 20 that is already applied. We could even see it here. See how it doesn't change the amount of resolution? But if we go to the... Maybe the draw brush uses more. Yeah, see, the draw brush adds more resolution. But for some reason the draw sharp brush doesn't. Even though dynamic topology is enabled, which is weird. But we can use the draw sharp brush to create some more creases. We can either use the draw sharp brush or the crease brush. The crease brush is basically just a combination of the draw sharp brush and the pinch brush. I know I said that multiple times now, but I just have to say it over and over again. Because you know, while doing research about all the brushes that exist in Blender, I got kind of, you know, sometimes my mind got blown about the different functionalities and how you're supposed to use some brushes. That I just need to share it. I will create a video about all of them. That's probably going to be the next video after the Halloween video. It's going to be the explaining every brush in Blender, every sculpting brush. I think that can be very helpful. But we talked about that before. See how easily we can just create more creases. Thick Ghost Rider. It can never be thick enough. I wonder what a thick skeleton would look like. It would literally be big boned, basically. Speaking of today, I had a customer that I almost fell in love with. She had some amazing dark azure blue eyes. I couldn't help but stare. Ooh, okay. So now what you're doing is you're hoping she'll come back and then you can ask her. You can ask her out. Or was she older already? I mean, I don't want to say that that's, no, that needs to hold you back, you know? Love comes in different shapes and sizes and, I guess, ages. How can a skeleton have bust, though? Well, it doesn't really need to have. If you have, you know, If you think about it, I don't think you can still create a female character without, well, of course, because like without like big breasts, for example. You can still create female characters without them, and they can still look hot. I don't think boobs necessarily need to be big to make a character look hot. Stuff like body proportions or hip to shoulder ratio, I guess, or hip size in general. Same with the butt, which would of course relate back to the hip size, for example. Stuff like that you can do too. I use the draw brush a lot. I never use it. I don't like it. It's too round for me. I like the structure that you can create with the clay strips brush. And I don't know, the clay strip brush just feels more natural. Plastic surgery just magic. There you go. Perfect. Look at that. Let's go into... Oh, it looks like a flower from up top. Maybe the ridges are a little bit too deep. No, we can fix it now, actually. So what I want to do is I want to just create a small hole right here where we can put the stem or whatever it's called right here. The small little tip right there. His haircut, basically. We're going to do the same down here. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Mostly negative. Wait, what was it? I think heavy, sexy skeleton on Grim Fandango. Okay. She was in her 30s, but god freaking damn it. Looking at those eyes, all I could think of was, I want to take a picture of you and just stare. You basically stared into the abyss. Is the dark blue abyss. Was she wearing a mask? Combine that with a black or dark blue mask and you have the perfect eye mask combination. Okay. Time to save. What are you doing here? Go and ask her. You never know when it's too late. Exactly. Just find out where she lives and just follow her home next time. How about that? That sounds good. Maybe, you know, now you're more motivated to go to work to see her again. There you go. Where's the front? Oh, there it is. Okay. So now that we have the basic shape, let's go and add some more resolution. We're going to go to 50 and we can just use detail flood fill to, as we said before today, actually, we're going to fill the entire thing with 50 resolution. You can see here. Now it has more resolution. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the smooth brush, set it to surface instead of laplation. Set shape preservation to 0.5 and then iterations to 5 or 10. Let's keep it on 5. So what I want to do is basically just smooth the geometry or the structure so that it looks higher resolution, I guess, high res, without losing the structure. Because what laplation does is this. You just lose the structure that you had before, these ridges. But if you set it to surface and enable surface preservation, you can keep the structure of the surface while still smoothing everything, which is really, really nice. This ain't no movie. It can be if you want it to. If you want it to be. I'm doing Retopo right now. Makes me want to die. Yeah. Retopo can be quite annoying. Or at least it's very monotonous. Those R's are like clean ocean. Wonderful. There you go. Now it's smoother. We can go over it again if you want to. But I kind of like it that way. Let's go and add some smaller details and then we can go to the next step. Hey, it's not a bad thing to dream. Who knows? Maybe you two can spend some time together. Next time she's coming around. You know, can you come back to the warehouse real quick? I want to show you something. That's what you got to do next time. Okay. Let's set the pinch actually to 0.75. I want to see what that looks like. Oh. Yeah, I think that can help. Just kind of refine these creases. Not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it, just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. It's all fun and nice eyes till she pulls out a bigger than yours. A mask? Well, at least then you can share one, I guess. No need to be self-conscious. Self-conscious about masks. A wallet, of course. Well, okay, yeah, that works too. Okay, we're gonna go over it again, and I think that's gonna be enough resolution for this. We're not gonna try to make this the perfect sculpt. If I want to, I can still go back to it off stream. I don't want to spend too much time on this on stream. We want to have action. We want to have action and interesting endeavors rather than just going over and over and over the same sculpt. You know, I want to go to some clothing. I want to be a what are they called? Like a dresser? Clothier, I wanted to say. I don't think that's the right word. Clothing person. I want to say men, but that's not 2020 like, I guess. Gotta be careful these days. There you go. Tried to make a pumpkin like 2 to 3 years ago when I first started Blender. I failed. I don't even know what I did as my first sculpt. I think I started pretty early with faces. I think I had an advantage though because I did like I drew faces before, which sort of taught me facial structure and features and all that before. So kind of recognizing what a character's like unique features are, for example. I kind of knew that already before I went into sculpting. So I think it's been a little bit easier for me switching to sculpting. Welcome back, Ari. Hope you didn't have a boring, I guess, lecture today. Hope all of them have been interesting. I think that's pretty rare, but maybe, you know, maybe you have these rare days. Maybe today was one of them. Welcome back. Drawing reveal. Nope. I don't know where they are. I need to look at them. I need to look for them. I did. Oh no. Well, Sounds just like my high school life. I don't know if there's ever... Well, I guess the best days was when just the entire class just... I guess didn't happen, no? Because the teacher was sick or whatever. My first pumpkin was good, at least I think, but that boolean of pumpkin face was a pain in the bloody butt. Or ass. I think the boolean is pretty simple if you use two modifiers. The problem with just using the boolean modifier is basically the boolean modifier with difference enabled just basically digs into the mesh with the of course the object that you determine to be the boolean object. If you add solidify first, though, you basically limit the thickness of the sculpt to a certain, thickness. And then if you dig, or if you bring the object deeper into the sculpt than into the object, then the thickness, you can create holes pretty easily. At least in theory. I think it works that way. We're gonna see very soon. Looking gorgeous as always. You too. Your name looks gorgeous. Thank you. I know this pumpkin looks pretty good. I'm proud of it. What do you think about the question that we've discussed before? Do you think would you sign the quote? Porn magazines are basically just anatomy books for artists. And then we went, I guess, all the way back to a completely different topic. That discussing whether or not skeletons could be sexy. Honestly, yeah. Well, yeah, I would agree. For example, you have there's a certain website, especially when you want to learn drawing or figure drawing, which is called Quick Sketch, I think, where you have a library of images of people, and then if you have like this game or this overlay where you can say, oh, I want to do 6 images, and I want to have 1 minute to sketch each one of them, so you can, I guess, learn to very quickly sketch out the figure of someone, for example. And yeah, I guess there were not that many people with clothes on, which makes sense, of course, if you want to learn anatomy. But if you're not prepared, I guess it can be a little bit overwhelming or surprising. Surprising in a good way, I guess. Or bad way, depending on, I guess, what you like. Maybe you like skeletons, then you probably don't want to see some fleshy people. Okay, I think we went all the way around. Let's go to the stem, create a good old stem here, and then we can finish the pumpkin. This looks kind of weird. We're not going to see this, but let's see what we can do here. Honestly, yeah. Also, lighting off that bad boy was rotten trash. The pumpkin. I would look respectfully, of course. Of course. First, you would pay for it, of course. Respectfully. You would pay respect while giving the cashier your money. I have to say your pumpkin looks great. Thank you. I'm very proud of it. There you go. Add the little, whatever that's supposed to be, the ending. There you go. Oh, of course, if you want to switch your... So every time you use any sculpt brushes, like the clay strips brush or the crease brush or any other brush that adds volume, basically all of them have the smooth function as the secondary or tertiary function if you press shift. Of course, if you just use it without pressing anything else, you just use the brush. You use the main function of the brush. If you use control, you do the opposite of that function. And then if you use shift, you use the smooth brush. This way you don't always have to switch back to the smooth brush to use it. The problem is, the settings that you've set in the smooth brush will also be applied to the smooth function in the other brushes, so we need to set it back to Laplacian. And this way, if I wanted to, I can do this. I don't want to though. Maybe later. Was rotten trash was not on you, was on my pumpkin. I mean, mine's not lit yet, so it could look like rotten flesh. Could actually fit quite well for Halloween, I guess. Let's go in here and create the stem. Should we make a twirl, like a pigtail, or should we just make like a straight little stem right here? Let's see. I guess it looks more epic when it's just like a line upwards, or like the small thing here. Yeah, probably make more sense. Okay. We could make it look like a flame, maybe. That could be pretty cool. So if we go in here, we can use linear. There you go. And then we can refine the shapes a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh. Are you gonna carve that pumpkin though? Yes. That's what we're gonna do afterwards. Or soon. It should be pretty simple actually. I'm gonna show you what I want to do to carve the pumpkin. We're not gonna carve it, we're gonna boolean it. In Blender speak, basically. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can add a little bit more detail. There you go. I would go with short, but it's on you. You're the king here. I mean, I'm always open for feedback or suggestions. Just because I make the sculpt doesn't mean that I have the best ideas. There you go. Ari back at it again, posting some weird emotes that I've never seen before. Some weird weep stuff. Unbelievable. There you go. I made that emote? Okay. I mean, did I say it looks bad? No, I just said it looks weird. Is that a bad thing? Not for me. Maybe he likes it long. Ooh. You know why he's so angry? Because he has a short stem. That's why he's angry. That's his lore. There you go. Pumpkins are very self-conscious about their stem length. Okay, perfect. Let me show you how we're gonna do the carving. Or let's see if it works that way. So there you go. You called me a weeb, like an insult. I mean, if it sounds insulting to you, then Sounds like that's on you. Not my problem. Okay. If I say like, oh, you're doing sculpts again, like some sort of artist, you know? Does that sound, I mean, maybe with this hand gesture, but, you know? It's on you if you think that's negative. A negative connotation. That's not on me. Okay, let me see if it works that way, how I want it to work. So what we can do is we can do... Can we? Oh, we can go into... You know what? No, we're gonna do it differently. We need to go back to layout. We need to use a plane. Oh, wait. There it is. Just like men. What? Men are an insult? Hey Alexa, post that in the lower page. You're really blaming it on me? What? I'm blaming it on your perception of my words. Okay, so Shift X to merge all these points together so we can just draw out the face. We're gonna move the pivot point down here and then we're gonna use a mirror modifier. There you go. We need to put them away from each other, then enable clipping. This way we can merge them if we need to, and then we can draw out the face. You know, let's use the references that we have here. We have a few references that we could use. We have these ones. Hold on. There you go. Oh, we have these ones. I don't think these ones look too scary. But I had a few more somewhere else. Hold on. Like for the follow, welcome. Let me show who you are. Let me look at... Dude, today is not my day. I can't speak today. Hold on. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed the stream so far. If you're here. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just followed and dipped. There it is. CC Sniperbot 11, not 10, but 11. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, just like men for pumpkins are self-conscious about their stem size. Oh, okay. I guess so. I think it's a bot. Maybe. I don't think bots would call themselves bots though. So if you ever want to... I mean, maybe, I guess, but I don't know. Is Joe Biden? He put something in the water to make himself seem smarter. Okay. Oh, I wanted to look at my references here. So we have these here. I've downloaded these. Do any of these look cool? I like this one. This one looks kind of sinister. This one looks too try-hardy. It kind of looks too like, oh, we want to make a angry or like a badass pumpkin, but it just kind of looks too over the top. I like this one too, or this one. What do you think? This one's 1, this one's 2, and this one's 3. Which one do you like more? I do be real, see? Why would somebody call themselves bot? Or why would a person that creates bots to follow someone call them bots? You know, those are the strats when you're trying to create your own username. Now we all slur words. Can you actually sculpt with clay and tools? I want to at some point, but I've never tried it. I imagine it would be similar to switching from digital drawing to actual drawing, in that it feels more like, I guess the best way I can explain it is like calibrated. So for example, if you have you exactly know, you can be more exact with your movement and with where you want to place your how you want to use your tools, where you want to add more clay and all that stuff. I think it will feel more like just better, I guess. More, yeah, calibrated. The real stuff is too smushy, yeah, I guess, maybe. I've never tried it, but I want to at some point. Put some ideas on the face on Discord. Hold on, show me. Let me see. Oh. Okay. Oh, there you go. The problem, so what I want to do is I basically want to grab this graphic here and I want to apply it to a camera so that I can trace it or place it on the, that I can basically trace the lines with my geometry. That's what I want to do. These ones are sort of distorted by the roundness of the pumpkin, so I don't think we can use them for what I want to do, unfortunately. But good idea. So 1 and 3, so this one and this one. Middle one of the right rank is the nicest. More precisely, more precise. Yeah, exactly, more precise. Okay, we're probably going to use this one. I like this one too. I think this one can fit quite well. Yeah, this one was kind of creepy because of these sort of skull nose holes. I like this one. Okay. Oh, I don't think we can actually. Well, yeah, we can. Okay, so we are gonna make a new camera, or we can just use this one. We can use a background image, add an image, and we open the image. Well, if only I knew which one it is. There it is. There you go. Now you cannot see it because we need to enable overlay. There it is. We can put it in front or behind the pumpkin. Let's set it to front. We also need to set it to crop. No. Crop? Yeah, crop. Crop lets us place the image somewhere. We can move the image with the crop function. Which means we can do this. We can also scale it. Let's set it to 2. And then we can... Is 2 enough? Let's see. We probably need a little bit more. Yeah. See? That's why I wanted to use it that way. Oh, wait. We need to set the camera to to orthographic. Otherwise it will have perspective deformations. Okay. Now because of these 2 edge lines here, it kind of looks like he has eyebrows. Kind of looks like this. Mushy, like it needs water every time. Yeah, I don't know if clay necessarily needs water. I think the clay that you use for sculpting is pretty soft in itself. I don't think you need to add more. Of course, if you just use normal clay, you probably need to add more water. But with the sculpting, whatever you use for it, the sculpting material, I don't think you need more. Okay, let's fit it onto the pumpkin. I want to make the smile very, very big. Wait, where's the end? There it is. Okay, it needs to be smaller. Okay. Maybe we need to change the shape a little bit, but we can do that afterwards. That's clay, yeah. Okay, so now that we can see the image, we can just go here and we can use that as a pattern or what are they called again? I forgot. Well, as something that you use to trace to create certain patterns. First, what I want to do is I want to just create the outline and then we can think about the geometry later. There you go. So we have the eyes. Oh. Well, they're not really... Wait. Okay, hold on. How can we center this? Oh, I don't want to center them actually. We can... Yeah, I don't want to center them. I'm just going to remove mirror. And then we can create another version here. So I'm going to duplicate this, move it over here, scale it on the x-axis by -1, which means it mirrors it, basically flips it. There you go. And then we can place it right here. Think asymmetrical eyes and mouth. If they are asymmetrical, looks better. There you go. Perfect. The clay they sculpt with comes from the ground. The red one, yeah. Ultra fine or no grain clay is the best. Yeah, like the brown one basically. As far as I have seen, I think is what they usually use. There you go. Ghost Rider with thick dark eyebrows. I'm down for that. Sculpting clay is moist. True. It's gonna be even moister if you're sculpting sexy skeletons, I tell you. Gotta have 2 towels. Don't try it. There you go. What's nice is some of the oldest history we have is made of clay. You make something of clay, chances are in the future it will be worth something long after you pass. Hell yeah. Nice. I'm just gonna make something that some other person can profit from. That sounds cool. Yeah, we talked about that before. I wondered how, like who gets an art piece of an artist that died? Like who gets that art piece? Like Picasso, for example. Who received that art piece first? I guess some sort of descendant from him, like a relative, maybe. I wouldn't trust Hustler on my wet clay. He's just gonna paint it blue and sculpt eyes. That's what he's gonna do. There you go, that huge smile. Okay. Oh. So now that we have the outline, we could remove the image. Yeah, let's remove the image and then we can create the actual geometry. You know what? We can make it easier. We don't have to think about the geometry because we can just leave that up to the automatic topology plugin. Okay. Oh, where's the camera? There it is. Perspective. I must spit on it. Oh no. Don't put these images in my mind, please. Imagine just somebody sculpting with clay. Somebody asked like, well, wait, but where's your bucket of water to keep it moist? Bucket of water? Who needs the bucket of water? Hold on, let me drink something real quick. Always keep in mind to stay hydrated. Very important. Some of them are or were disappeared pieces. Yeah, question mark. They're hidden or destroyed. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just create some sort of geometry. I guess we can do this. Hello? Oh. So we're just going to fill this and then we can let it just retopologize. And this way we should get some nice topology. Good thing is this plugin also works with planes. I think it's harder to use the normal vanilla retopology tools in Blender to do the same. I think they don't really work well with, you know, with planes. They always destroy the structure, or don't even retopologize it. I think because they are more based on volume rather than, I guess, topology or geometry in general. So they look at the plane and say, well, there's no volume. So what am I supposed to do with that? And then they just give you nothing. They take everything and then they give you nothing back. That's how they work. They're very rude. Oh. Oh. You can see the face is flipped. Let's flip it back. There it is. It was very shy. It was looking away from us. That's the first one. That's the other one. Wait. There you go. Okay. If you do that, the price will go up. Oh, save. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we have the face. Let's retopologize. There it is. Oh, let me enable this. I don't know why it's always deactivated. Quad remesh. How many faces do we have? 52. Oh, we're going high. Let's go to, you know what? We're gonna go to 100 so we can have some room to play with. Okay. Do we need to detect hard edges? Yeah. Symmetry? Nope. Adaptive size? Nope. Adaptive quad count? Nope. Well, we can probably enable adaptive size, which basically enables or lets the retopology, it basically decides whether or not the faces can vary in size or not. That can be very important for retopology, for example, where you try to make them as equal as possible. Wait, where's the eye? What happened to the eye? Oh, I think the faces are flipped. Yeah, because we scaled it by -1. It usually also flips the normals. There you go, perfect. Okay. Let's remesh it. And there you go. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't work that well. Okay. I guess we just maybe, well, let me try something. I have not given up yet. Let's try one more thing. What if I remove, wait, was that not enabled? What if I set it to 50? Oh, okay. What about 0? Nope. What about this off? Nope. Well, I guess we just have to make our own good topology. Question is, do we need good topology? I guess so, so we can deform it better. We need to kind of shape it in a way that it wraps around the pumpkin. We can do that soon. Gotta make that clay more sticky. Okay. Yeah, let's clear up this. Let's clean the topology. Cleaning up means turning everything into quads. Pretty simple. We just use the knife tool. There you go. We can remove this edge, and then we have quads right here. Okay. Go here. This looks almost okay. We're just gonna clear this. Perfect. Tip for a game: if you are bored, if you are a hard surface modeler, take a shot of whiskey, rum or vodka every time you artifacts appear. I'm not that deep into hard surface sculpting or, I mean, modeling, so I can't really... I don't understand that joke that well, but I sort of understand it. Probably because of a lot of booleans. I don't really use them that much, at least when I did hard surface modeling. But I know that they're very much used in hard surface modeling. Oh, another triangle. There's another one. Perfect. That looks good. Another one. So many triangles, unbelievable. Okay. You know what? Let's add one more here. There you go. Okay. Perfect. One more here, and then we have enough. Nope, there's still a triangle here. Unbelievable. Let's remove it. There you go. Okay. There's another here. Hold on. There you go. Okay, we did it. We have cleansed the geometry from all evil, from all triangles. Let's, I think we can add a subdivision modifier just to make it a little bit smoother. And then we can use a few creases to make it sharp again. So if we use a crease right here, you can see how it changes the structure. If we do that everywhere, we can create some nice sharp corners. There you go. Look at that. This way we can combine smooth surfaces or smooth edges with sharp edges and create this nice mouth. Or we can, yeah, make everything nice and refined, I guess you could say. There you go. Okay. There it is. I don't know if you are already in the Halloween spirit. If you're already in the Halloween mood. I can tell you, I am not. I'm not really that festive, whether it's, I guess, Christmas or Halloween or whatever. I don't know. I just don't care about it too much. Not something on my radar that I'm looking forward to. But it's a good excuse to you know, sculpt some different themes, I guess, like a pumpkin ghost rider, or I don't know, a witch, or I don't know, like a cute bat maybe. No. Otherwise, you don't really have the I guess a reason to. What about Krampus? What is Krampus? Is that another celebration day? Or like a holiday? So there are two ways how I think we can warp it or wrap it around. Maybe three. 2 to 3 ways we can wrap it around this pumpkin. Number 1. We use a wave modifier. You can see what it does. It creates a wave. I think the standard setting is that it places it on in the middle. So if I just change the start position, you can see what happens. Well, that's quite quick. Hold on. Go. Woo. Woo. You can see what happens. There it is. That's what happens. I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, I guess it doesn't work. We can not only place the wave in the middle and then it sort of fades outwards, radial basically, we can also set it to, we can change the motion. We can set it to from left to right or from like vertically or horizontally. What I want to use is vertically. So we need the the X value. There you go. See how it creates this nice wave? We can, you know, now change the wave to make it just like a sphere, I guess, or like a curve. Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany. Wait, hold on. Same, I just sleep or play games during holidays. I'm Romanian, so at least we get a lot, and I mean a lot of food for Christmas. I mean, yeah. The food is usually pretty something, you know, good, because it's usually something special that you don't eat that often. Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany and is name derived from the German word Krampen, which means claw. Okay. I don't know if that really means claw, but maybe in some other area where I don't live. Krampus was thought to have been part of pagan rituals for the winter solstice. Okay. Never heard of it. One of the steals bad children on Christmas. Horror or devil? Basically a horror devil, okay. Christmas project? Maybe. Around the world, they're all the same. Children fear when they hear my name. but Krampus' theme. Okay, so let's change the change some settings. First of all, we can change the height. We can change the height later though. Let's change the fall off first. No, let's change the offset first. I want to place it right in the middle. Right there. Oh, well. Let me add some solidification too, so we can actually see the plane. There it is. Okay. So what I want to change first is the offset, so that it's right in the middle, somewhere over there. Then we need to change the fall off. You can see what it does. If we push it all the way out, that's the best we can get. I wanted to make it spherical, but that's not really how, I guess, waves are made. We can change the height. I don't want to change that right now. We can change the width though, which doesn't do much, which is annoying, but that's what I was looking for. You can see how it changes the curve. That's what I was looking for. And then we can push it out more to create the perfect curve. Which means if we now What is that song? Hold on. Is that loud? It sounds loud. Maybe not. Maybe that's just me. Let's increase the thickness. There you go. So now we can increase the thickness. That is basically going to be the carving into the pumpkin. Which means if we place the carving now onto the pumpkin, we place it just like this. So we go into the pumpkin like this. We probably need more though. I also probably want to apply another modifier because I want to have a slight horizontal rotation or wave 2. So we can just create a new wave modifier. Dude, okay, hold on. There you go, a little bit quieter. I don't know if that translation is true. It's copy pasted. Yeah, I've never heard of that word meaning claw. Usually we use that word as like a, I guess, alternative or like a slang word for like buns, I guess. A specific type of bun. Perfect curving doesn't exist. Okay, so we have the wave number 2. We set it to Y, and then we need to change the settings here too. First of all, yeah. Fall off. Where's the offset? There it is. Change the narrowness. Oh. Okay. Fall off 0. Perfect. Then I think that's pretty good. So now we can place it on the pumpkin. Everything is penetrating the pumpkin. Oh, nope, it doesn't. Hold on. Maybe we're better off using a circular wave. Let's see what that looks like. So if we just use X and Y. There you go. We can change the height. Where is the center? There it is. I think we need to place it slightly higher. No, lower. There it is. And then if we place it... Oh, hello. Well, that's awkward. Hold on. Something happened. Oh. I think we just need to make it thicker. Which means... solidify. Increase. There you go. And then we're going to set it to wireframe. Display as wired. So we can see through it. We will save because this might crash our PC. This is the finalization of the pumpkin head. This could destroy our PC. My PC. This could destroy this session, I guess. We'll see. Probably not, but everything's possible. We use a Boolean modifier, apply this. Let's hope for the best. And it's gone. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Let's set it to fast. Hopefully that works. And there you go. We have a nice pumpkin. Problem is, you can see it is just going straight in, but there's no end to the carving. So what we need to do is we need to apply a solidify modifier and set it above the Boolean modifier. And there you go. Now we have a nice carved pumpkin, which we then can increase the thickness for, and we have a thicker pumpkin. So if you set it to point, let's set it to 1. Someone posted a video of Krampus, of how, wait, what? A video of how Krampus looks if you're interested. Oh, well, what is that? Where is that coming from? Wait, what? Oh, I guess 1 meter is too much. Let's set it to 0.3. Not 0.03. Ah. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. Why is it so scuffed? So if you have these problems, you can see sometimes it just doesn't do what it's supposed to. It just doesn't remove this volume, it just, I guess, keeps it. Sometimes it helps to move the object. Problem is, it will probably be very laggy doing that. Maybe we can just fix it by changing the thickness. Mode simple, complex. What about complex? Let's see if that changes anything. No, why would it? Boundary? Oh, well. No, let's use simple. Maybe we can change the even thickness, maybe that helps. Apparently not. What if we change it, just lower the value? I want to have it pretty thick, but of course if it doesn't work, then, we may need to make it thinner. Let's see. So the mouth, why does the mouth not work? What does it look like without the boolean? It's not even that thick, so why is it causing problems? Maybe we need to add more resolution here? Maybe. Where am I? There it is. What if we just add this? Maybe. Let me see. Let me see the Krampus. Never seen that in my entire life. What is that? It's like, looks like a scary, a scary Christmas. I mean, Santa Claus. No, never seen it. Never seen that before. Weird. What did you Google to find that? Like, scary, scary German, oh, I don't know, like a Christmas monster? Oh, wait. It's a movie I watched? When? When would you watch these movies? I haven't even seen it, and it's a German movie. Well, I don't really watch that many, I guess, German movies anyway. There it is. It's fixed. Perfect. Nice. Okay, let's increase the thickness and finalize this dude. Look at him. Look how scary he looks. Okay. Yeah. Let's increase the thickness. German legend, not a movie. Okay. Although we just took it and made it a movie. Berg Krampus has been for decades. Okay. 2015. Oversized German goat on steroids. Exactly. Okay, it's destroyed again. You know what? I know how we can fix this. So what if we just set it to 0.05 and then we scale it inwards ourselves? That could solve the entire thing. Wait, it actually didn't work. Why? It worked before. What happened? Oh, okay. Wait. Oh. You know what? Let me see if that works. So what I want to do is I will save it. And then I want to do something experimental. I will apply this. I will apply this. Yeah. Apply. I pressed Control A, nothing happened. There it is. I apply the Boolean. The wave. Never heard of that before. Oh, maybe. I think I heard of that before. I don't know though. Maybe. Oh yeah, wasn't that where they? Oh, where where there's like a teacher and he tries to do like a, I guess like a experiment with his, I guess, students, and they basically create like a cult. And at the end, somebody kills like a student kills another student because they weren't in the cult or whatever. Isn't that how it works? So my idea is, because the inner geometry is separated from the outer geometry, if I remove the connection between them, which is only in the eyes because everything else doesn't have thickness, we can probably select the inner geometry, remove it, and then create our own. Okay, remove faces. Good to go. Okay. Good night, Pajali. No, what was it? Payali? Hold on. Oh no, I can't find it now. I think it was Payali, right? No, wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Where the teacher became the leader. A high school teacher's experiment to demonstrate to his students what life is like under a dictatorship spins horribly out of control when he forms a social unit with a life of its own. Yeah. He tries to show them how fascism is bad and implementing it in the classroom. Yep. With dire consequences. Kind of brain. Yeah, they kind of brainwash themselves. Yeah. I remember. I think I watched the ending. I haven't watched the entire thing, but I remember the ending. So now that it is disconnected, we can fix not only this thing, but we can also fix the missing solidity. what we're going to do is we're going to select this, which could now cause a crash, but we'll see. I will then press L, which selects everything that is linked or connected, which means it only selects the inner geometry, not the outer geometry. You can see here. Oh, that looks cool. Already looks like a scary pumpkin head. Then we're going to remove the inner geometry. And now we're left with the outer geometry with the holes. What we can do now is we can... Wait, what happens if we now use solidify? Let's see. Oh, well that works, I guess. We can also just disable solidify, I guess, up here. Should we? We can probably just smooth it though. Yeah. So we will increase the thickness to whatever we want. Let it be... I think that can work quite well. It's quite far, but it's not crazy. There you go. We need to fix a few spots here and there, but that shouldn't be too bad. Although this one looks kind of horrible. Why? Yeah, we can fix that in sculpting. Let's save that as a new version, just to be safe. Version 1C. And then I want to apply it. And I can go into scope mode to fix some areas. For example, up here. Oh, wait. We need to enable front faces only so that we only apply, or that we only change the inner region. Advanced, and then front faces only. This will let us smooth without affecting out here. Oh, wait, what? Okay. I guess that doesn't work then. What about... Oh, we can probably just select everything. At least up here. So if we select this... Well, what if we Shift A this? Oh, yeah, there you go. Now only the outer part is selected. We can invert it and then we can smooth it. We can see we penetrate the outer surface, so let's push it down. There you go. Those buttholes. Kids from America? I don't know which one you mean. I'm not familiar with that kind of story. Kids and buttholes? I don't think that makes a good movie. That might just be me, you know? But I don't think that makes for a good movie. I might be wrong, but you know, I guess to each their own. Maybe. I don't know if that's legal. The wave story. Oh, they made it out to be in Germany. Yeah, I remember something like that. Okay. The writers. Oh, okay. So, we have a semi-good pumpkin. Let's fix it. What we can do is we can just, I guess, go in here and... oh! Never mind. We're just going to use the smooth brush. We're going to make it smaller so that it only affects the inside. Hopefully. You know what? We don't really need to. I'm going to retopologize afterwards. So let's just fix the edges. Wait. I can just go over these, right? And then fix them that way? Oh, that works. We can probably just use simplify. No, we can't. Can we? Maybe. Oh, that works very well. Look at that. We keep the sharp edge, but we also refine or change the geometry. You can see here the geometry is very, very like made out of triangles. And if we use the simplify brush, we can very easily just refine the edge while still keeping the structure. Isn't that amazing? What technology can do these days. Incredible. Back in my days, we only had telephones with buttons on it that you can fold. Now we have telephones? Mobile phones with only a screen, and you can also fold it. We went from small screen to full screen, basically. I don't think it needs to look perfect, this edge, so I don't mind losing some of that sharpness. If you're carving into a pumpkin, I don't think it's going to look perfect. And it's probably maybe even going to add some more, like it's going to make it look more natural and also maybe more scary because it looks rougher. Those are the excuses that you tell yourself when you want to create a piece and it doesn't look exactly how you wanted it to be. Oh, we lose some thickness here. I want to keep the structure. Let me see if we can salvage it. Right here. You can see it's 100% sharp. Although, let's see what happens if we retopologize it. Oh, hold on, let me fix this though. That's better. Yep. Okay. Almost refined the mouth. We need to go to the eyes afterwards. And then we can go and retopologize it. To hopefully refine the overall structure. If it doesn't work, we can also just use this one. There you go. Good thing is for Christmas, or for, I guess, whatever, New Year and Christmas, or like the December time, there's actually a playlist that I have that we can play at that time. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one for Halloween, but I have one for Christmas. So we can get into the Christmas mood. We can catch the Christmas spirit. There you go. The mouth looks pretty good. We can maybe refine one or two things here, and then we should be good. We have this, we have that. Pull it down. There you go. Looks astonishing. Or rather, looks creepy. I think that's a better compliment for this kind of sculpt. There you go. Let's do the eyes and then we're done with this. I'll probably work on the clothing. I'm gonna probably block out the clothing off stream so that we can then add more detail on stream. I think that's gonna be the plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about, I guess, decoration and stuff like that. There you go. So we have the final head. Let's bring back the body to see what it looks like. There it is. Maybe the head is a little bit too big. We can still change this if we need to. Maybe not. We'll keep it there for now. Let's go and retopologize it. How many faces do we have? We don't need that many. We have 466,000. I think we can work with, let's say, why did I even, never mind. 466,000, let's set it to 200,000 and see what it looks like. 200,000. 4, 5 zeros, perfect. Maybe detect hard edges, perfect. Save it, then remesh it. Let's see. Probably takes a while, but we'll see how long it takes. Oh, wait, it's done? No. Okay. I think it froze, as always. I think that's the perfect time for a hydration break. Hello? Oh, okay, it's still frozen. There it is. Oh, looks pretty good. Look at it. I actually like the edges. They look more natural. Maybe this one looks kind of weird. But I kind of like it. It creates, yeah, it looks more organic. I think I'm gonna keep this. Of course, we have a lot of faces, but you know, I want to keep the structure mainly. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. If we want to, we can still enable multi-resolution and add more detail if you want to, for example, for the stem here. But I think that's pretty good. Retopology of the mouth cavity is a nightmare. Well, so for the mouth, what I usually do, if you want to have a mouth, like an actual mouth, sometimes if the character, for example, is just smiling, I just don't add a mouth cavity, for example, because you don't need it. But if you want to, you know, the mouth is basically just a circle. which means you can just grab the circle and then extrude it inwards. And then what you can do is, because it's a circle, you can select the entire thing. And if it has the enough edges, let's say, I don't know how to say it. Basically, enough edges to create good topology. It gets circular, I guess, topology to fill the hole. What you can do, I'm going to show you what I mean. So if you have a plane, so this will be your mouth. Hold on. There you go. If this is your mouth, there you go. Maybe, yeah, that should be enough. There you go. Okay, that's your mouth. And then of course the mouth closes, or if you have it open, what you can do is you can, okay, let's say it's closed. Let's say it's basically the lips are closed, but you still want to have the possibility to open it. What you can do is you can, it would look like, it would look like this, or more like this. Then what you can do is you can extrude it inwards into the mouth. You can then scale it up again so that it's more round. And then what you can do is either do it yourself, or sometimes what also works is you can use the function, if you look for it, grid fill, there it is, which does it on its own. It tries to fill a hole with a grid, and changing a few settings like the offset, for example, lets you create a nice topology. There you go. And now we have the same topology that we had before, created by the grid fill. This way you can very easily just seal this in the end. Yep. Well, that is where we're going to end it today. I actually need to go to the restroom pretty quickly. So let's do it. Let's finish the stream. Thank you for joining. Today we created the pumpkin. Talked a little bit about some erotic skeletons. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the clothing, some accessories and all that stuff. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting, listening. That's not over 3 hours. Yeah, we started a little bit earlier. No, later, because I couldn't start earlier. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, chatting, and just being here. Maybe I'll see you next time. Until then, hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, take care.